Welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily and it is Saturday, which means we are starting a new weekend vlog. Last weekend I did one of these and I really enjoyed it. So today I especially want to do one because I'll be in the car, a certified passenger princess for 3 hours today. So we're definitely bringing crochet with me, us, on the ride, and let's see what I can get done this weekend. This weekend I have 2 projects. I learned from last week where I think I gave myself like 2 or 3 projects and I really just did one. I crocheted a Linda top through the weekend. I was just surprised at how quick that worked up, so I just ran with it. My other goal last week was to crochet this and time it, which I did during the week, so if you missed it, I timed myself crocheting this poncho. Yeah, so I did get around everything. This week we're going to be a little bit more realistic with what I think can and can't get to, so no more blabbering. Let's just start. I'm going to pull up my bag because I'm actually going to simultaneously pack my bag for this long car ride. We're heading to my in-laws today and it takes about an hour and a half there and then an hour and a half back, and because it's the summertime I definitely will have sun on the ride back, so I should be able to crochet. I also love to crochet in the car as a passenger princess because I struggle watching other people drive. I get like anxiety that they're not going to see the car braking in front of me. Meanwhile, my husband's looking straight ahead and has no distractions. I don't know. Keeping my hands busy, crochet really does make everything so much better. Anyways, let me get my bag out. This is my bag. I quilted it and sewed it. It has had better days and honestly would still be intact if I cut my fabric correctly. If I didn't have to join these 2 pieces, this would still be intact and the bag is functional. But anyways, this is the bag. I sewed it. We have to pack it, but let me go through what's in here first. I also sewed this little pouch. This has like hand cream, lip liner, lip balm, eye drops, all the things, chargers, stuff like that are in here. I have my wallet, my case from my eyeglasses, which I don't know where those are. I have my sunglasses. That's what's in my bag. So now I'm gonna start to pack it. What I have to put in is my iPod. I'm bringing this because I'm bringing Vegeta. And if you don't know what Vegeta is in this bag. I also crocheted this bag and sewed a zipper and a lining into it. You can't tell, but there's cute little teddy bears in here. In here I have Vegeta. Vegeta is a tapestry project that I've been working on for my husband. My husband loves Dragon Ball Z and his birthday is coming up actually next weekend. So this will be my project through the week too. Oh my god, it looks so good on screen. What? Look how sick this is. This is what I'm working on and I'm almost done. Vegeta's got a big forehead. I'm almost done with his peaks and then it'll just be his hair going up. I did start, you can kind of see the shadows on his hair. I wish I picked a closer color to black, but I mean at this point it is what it is. I'm definitely not going back to redo that. So, and then in here I have like all the like a bunch of extra yarn. It really is just like a mess in there. We're just gonna shove Vegeta back in there and deal with that. So that's whip number 1. That's gonna go in there because it's a big bag actually. I'm gonna go ahead and just like toss the little things like my wallet and my eyeglass case in there. Might as well just like toss the $2 back in there and then my sunglasses. That's fine. We'll put this in there. Okay, for a second project I'm bringing this yarn, which is the Loops and Threads Simply Soft Bamboo from Ryan yarn in the color Pink Pearl, and it's gorgeous. It's actually this same yarn just in a different colorway, and so I'm bringing this in case I get a little tired of looking at the chart. And then this is actually the last thing I'm packing, which is my bag of like scissors, crochet hook, stitch markers, darning needle, tape measure, stuff like that. That's what lives in here. And then aside from all of this, and I don't have it, which is just my water bottle. So that my water bottle will be the last thing I put on top. And then that's it. My bag is packed. This bag even comes with a cute tie. I'll see if I can find the sewing pattern because it was a YouTube video. If I can find it, I will link it down below because that's where I learned and got the inspiration for this. It definitely was not a self-drafted thing. That's my bag. Let's get going. I will see you guys in the car. It is the next day. It is Sunday. And I wanted to show you guys the progress I've made because I was actually able to get quite a few rows done in the car rides yesterday. I think I've made it like 15 rows if I'm not wrong. I finally am over Vegeta's forehead and now it's just his hair left. So I really feel like the last 50 rows are gonna fly by. Let's see. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is like a shadow on his hair. On the screen, like on the picture, the color is much more black. This is just what I ended up picking up. I don't know that I love this, but I think I love it more with it, despite the color being a little off, than perhaps without, because it does give the hair something. Because other than that, this would all be black, and I think, I don't know. I mean, I guess you'll be able to see the spikes in the end, but I really hope I come to like those spikes. This is the progress on Vegeta, and I think going into next week, this is really gonna be the project that I push the most because my husband's birthday is on Saturday. I was a little unsure of what I wanted to do, like if this was going to be the front panel or the back panel. Initially, I thought I was going to do like a cardigan style, but I'm glad I mentioned that to him because he does not want a cardigan. He wants a pullover sweater. I almost feel like this should be the front of the sweater, and then maybe I can do something a little bit more basic for the back, like maybe a houndstooth stitch, or I think it's also called a lemon peel stitch if you know about that, or like a granny stitch or something that's not as dense. I used weight 3 yarn, although this feels like weight 2, and thank God I did. This is the softest and like most, like, can you see it's not like super stiff? And I think that's only because I use such thin yarn. I'm gonna really try and get this graph done and then maybe even started on a back panel, but the back panel's not gonna have tapestry like this one. I was like debating whether or not I wanted to put like Goku on one side and Vegeta on the other, but no. It's also July, so reality is he's not wearing a sweater. The other project I've been working on was this poncho, and it's honestly, this pairing of a tapestry crochet with something like this that is a little bit more mindless and you can kind of work on watching something is really nice, because sometimes I burn out of bandwidth to pay attention to a graph. So when I'm at that point, I just pull this up. Or like yesterday, we were enjoying family time and this was a good project to pull up because I was still able to pay attention and be present in conversation, was crocheting with my hands. So this was nice. What we have on the agenda today is we are going to head to my parents' house for a little bit. Unfortunately, I will be driving, so I will not be passenger princess. I do plan on leaving my kids with my mom for a little bit so I can get to Walmart for a few returns, but while I'm there, I want to see what yarn they have. Check-in time. I'm back from my parents' house. I did go to Walmart, but I didn't find anything. I was also able to crochet, so I did. I was able to make some headway on the poncho, which I'm about to get into a second. Hold on. Let me show you. When I timed my poncho, I mentioned that when I worked up my next one, which is this one, that I would make it even thinner. So I think this is closer to like 16, 17 inches wide rather than 20, so that I can have a little bit extra to go around. Although I wore that purple one yesterday and it was perfect. Honestly, it stretched out just enough and it was quite literally perfect. It didn't do any of this though. So this, I mean, it's fine. But look how loosey-goosey it gets in the back. When I wash it and I dry it, it ends up going back to its original size, but it is a little sad. So let's continue to crochet. I'm honestly probably gonna continue with my poncho just because I'm at the point on a Sunday night where I just need to not think too much. And then in the morning, I'll probably pick this up back up when I will check in with you guys next. All right, I'm gonna go. Real quick though, what are you guys working on this weekend? Let me know. All right, let's go crochet. Hey guys, it's been quite a few days later. I was actually editing all this footage on my computer and realized I never filmed an outro. So here we are on Tuesday, and I just wanted to show you guys where I left off with everything and some maybe unfortunate news. This is how far I ended up making it over the weekend with my poncho, and that's fine. I still have like this much left of a ball and then a whole nother skein. I don't think I showed you guys either, but I picked up this yarn from Michael's only because it had a yellow $3 clearance sticker on it, but sure enough, when I rang it up at the front, it was full price. But at that point, I didn't notice, and I didn't notice till after I paid for it. But if you watched my last weekend vlog, I went to Michael's and this was one of the colors I was considering, so maybe it's just meant to be. I know I said that pink pearl poncho was my last one, but I lied. We have one more to make. eventually. And then some unfortunate news. It wasn't until I'm editing back and looking at myself hold up this Vegeta tapestry like 3-4 times. I don't know how I didn't notice that. I think I made a mistake. But at this point, guys, I think it just is what it is. You know, they like to joke that we have to leave a mistake in there so our soul can escape. I know it gets pretty severe pretty quick, but that's the rumor. So this is Vegeta. And once you see it, you can't unsee it, because now that I can see it, I can't unsee it. I think I shifted a couple rows right here and right here. It's tough to tell if this is part of it, because if I had this chart to show you, maybe I'll put it on the screen, you can kind of tell that there's divots in his face. This is the first time I've ever made my own chart and crocheted my own tapestry from a chart. Next time I make a chart like this, I'll make sure that the hairline is even. Like all these like mini shifts, we don't need them. This is most likely a mistake. But then his hairline's not even anyways, so that's where I'm like, I might leave it, because if I go back and find out it was a mistake for sure and I unravel at this point, like this is like 5 inches of work. Maybe not 5, maybe like 4 inches of work. Like there's no way of single crochet with a 3.75. Huh? I'm leaving it, guys. So Vegeta has a mistake, but it's okay, because if you don't know Dragon Ball Z, much to his discontent, his Vegeta's discontent, he is not the all-powerful strongest being, and clearly he's imperfect. So we're gonna leave him imperfect because Vegeta needs to stay humbled. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in my next video. Until next time, if you want to stay up to date with me, you can find me over on my socials. I'll have all that linked below. It's all emz.stitches. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.